If you want to add a couple of zeros to your bank account, then listen up. Here's how I generated $50 million on social media without showing my face, so that you can do the very same and to take your business to the next level. Let's go. But wait, here's more proof. 1,659 4.5-star reviews on Trustpilot. We became Inc. 5000, one of America's fastest growing companies. My co-founder got named Forbes 30 under 30, and we're the #1 mobile app builder for the creator economy, with more than 60% of revenue in the US, with a team of 85 people operating remote first since 2018, 2 years before COVID happened, and we do that globally. Before I show you the exact engine with all its components, playbooks, and live demos, it is key to fuel the engine, because an engine without fuel is worthless. So what fueled them? Check this. Before purpose, there was always pain. Let me share a secret. The Latin root of the word passion is passio, which means suffering or enduring. And therefore, by definition, everyone has a passion. So you have a passion and it drives you. Otherwise, you wouldn't exist. You wouldn't watch this video. So the only question is, do you hide it? Do you see it as a disadvantage? Or do you see it as your biggest gift? So for me, $50 million is of course not how it started. I grew up in East Germany. Behind these trees on that picture was the border to the west. And when I was 5 years old, the border suddenly opened. That day, my family and I were right there at the border fence, cut open, hugging it out with strangers from the west that Germany is finally reunited. And shortly after that, I was asked if I wanted to go to primary school in the shiny West with all its candy stores, toy stores, infinite opportunities, or if I want to stay in the collapsing East. So I went for it, obviously, but I was the only one in town. The rest of the kids stayed together in their tribe in the East. And then it happened. Quickly, I became an immigrant in the West. My classmates blamed me that my parents took their parents' jobs. And it escalated, and they tried to stab me when I was 9 years old. My grandma saved me that day, otherwise I wouldn't be here. After a few years, we moved back to East Germany, and there I got harassed as the supposedly rich guy from the West. And later I moved to Munich, where locals call newcomers Zugereister, which means outsiders. So where's my home? Where do I belong? Who fucking loves me? All I wanted was freedom and independence, financial freedom. Do something that matters, adventure and fun with family and friends. Live life to the fullest. And the key question was, how can I make all of that happen? And the answer is, as an entrepreneur, right? So I started a business and failed, insolvency. Then I started another one and failed, and another one and failed. I failed 3 companies, 3 failures, always for the same reason. The companies never made enough money. And there I was working 80 hours a week, putting my soul into my company. And then life happened. I got married, had kids, and suddenly there was never enough time. Not for my business, not for my family, not for my friends, not even for myself. I couldn't do anything right. Everything was scarce. Time, money. Entrepreneurship was supposed to make me free, not imprison me, holding me hostage, but I still had that dream, freedom for me and my family to live an extraordinary life, to create something that mattered. And yet I was stuck even more. Either I work hard and disappoint my family until I die, or I slow down and destroy my business until I run out of funds to also disappoint my family. So I always thought that working very hard will fix this, but I didn't want to be a shitty divorced dad. And even worse, the whole fucking world had changed. Social media and AI revolutionized everything. How businesses grow, how customers are won, how companies scale with minimal cost. I saw others take off like crazy and becoming wildly successful, and I got massive fear of missing out, like FOMO. And yet I was stuck in the old mindset to build my company, hiring people and getting frustrated with bad hires, playing around with social media without truly owning it, wasting time in way too many pointless meetings that didn't move any needle. I was still doing what used to work, but realized it is not what works now. So I searched for a new and better way to build my business in the era of social media and AI. And I found a niche of creators who were living the dream. I started working with these creators for 12 years to study them and learn everything. And I saw how they made millions profitably, with 80% profit margins. They have small audiences, they sell services, goods, or SaaS, and they get customers for free. And how they work? They work 5 to 30 hours a week. They sleep normally 8 hours, and they have time for family, for friends, for their health, for themselves. They have small teams only, and they automate a ton. And they also value freedom, but not necessarily the hustle. So I created my own formula, and I called it the marketing flywheel. You automate your marketing, you post quality and quantity content, you grow engagement, and you generate profit. The marketing flywheel helps to get clients at zero cost in the era of social media and AI. And then I added the marketing flywheel to my SaaS, and this happened. We made it to the Inc. 5000, became one of America's fastest growing companies. And then we received one award after the other for cracking 7 figures and then 8 figures. And we became profitable and the most capital efficient company in our investors' portfolios. And it felt so good to finally have cracked the code. I then shared everything with selected clients and then they crushed it. And then I perfected the engine over the last 5 years and I called it Marketing OS. It attracts eyeballs on social media and then converts them into profit. So to make $50 million, you have to nail these 5 components. First, magnetic brand faces. They help you to attract ideal clients using other people's personal brands so that you can stay in the background. Number 2, infinite content. That helps you to get more customers by shipping quality content at scale. Number 3, profitable funnels. Convert your clients automated without needing any sales teams. Number 4, irresistible offers. Flips your client acquisition cost to client acquisition profit. And 5, AI-powered automations. Reclaims your time by automating your business. So imagine you get tons of new customers for free, your business grows profitably, and you finally break that glass ceiling. This is the engine. This is Marketing OS. So let's go into its components. First, content. There are 5 billion social media users out there. Everyone is on social media these days. Unless you market to aliens, your clients are all there. B2C, B2B, it doesn't matter. So don't call it social media, call it business media. Why would you be excited to be featured once in Forbes magazine if you could be featured daily, multiple times, exclusively to your dream clients and attract them in a better quality than Forbes ever could? Business media is changing fucking everything. It's the way to get clients in 2025. And also it won't go away. It's ride or die. So here's how to win at the content game. Let's go. The Hormozi scaled in less than 4 years to $1 billion in enterprise value. How did they do it? Well, they post 1,036 times a month. And they hit with that 11 million followers. And their company is called Acquisition.com. It's a private equity firm where they look for small company founders that make more than 10 million in revenue with more than $1 million in profit. And their model is to share free business education on social, attract with their target companies their ideal customer profiles or ICP, liaise with them at paid workshops, invest in them for cents on the dollar, and then grow their best performers with their distribution power like school.com. And their current results are crazy. They created more than $1 billion in portfolio enterprise value, which is the 13x return on their equity, and all of that with 0 external funding. And this shows that the content game also works in B2B. If you want to find more role models, just go to milliondollarcreators.club or scan the QR code in the top right corner. I interviewed more than 100 millionaire creators across all niches, and it's all free content. Let me show you how it works. You go to milliondollarcreators.club, you click on Search Creator Database for free, you click on Revenue per Follower, that sorts the whole table, top to bottom, on who makes the most with the least amount of followers. Like this guy, $3 million with an audience of 2,500. It's more than $1,000 per follower, which is crazy. And then you can actually double click on every single person there. I interviewed most of them, like Lea Notariani. You see the podcast I had with her, how she scaled to 7 figures with no paid ads, what she's doing, her backstory, her previous life, the achievements that she accomplished, the monthly revenue, the audience size, when she launched the offer, the price range of the offer, the tools that she's using, and then the success that she's having, the amount of customer, the amount of revenue, then the team size, the OPEX, she's a team of 3, and then how she gets leads, the size of her audience, and what her biggest channels are, and how she wants to triple the business going forward. And how she actually gets inspiration, her favorite 5. How many hours she sleeps, how old she is, and what's the family situation. So if you look at the Hormozis, the secret to the content game is volume. So here are 2 short clips by Alex Hormozi. Watch this.
Until one day, I had a chat with Grant Cardone about branding. And it reminded me that all the lessons that I learned in business applied to all this organic stuff. He was like, bro, pull up your Instagram. And I was like, okay. He's like, pull up my Instagram. He's like, I got 10 times the content as you. 10 times. He's like, bro, it's volume, bro. Volume. I was like, that's deep. And so I was like, I should probably do more, which is a lesson that I have learned over and over and over again in business, and I'll tell you a couple more stories about later. So many times we're doing the right stuff. We're just doing way, way too little of it.
And another one.
So what you have to do is look at all the platforms, figure out what the max amount is that you can publish on a platform, and then all you do is you crank the volume on all of them at the same time.
And Hormozis post more than 1,000 times per month with only 2 days of effort. That means they spend just 7 days of their time on content. They do not even see themselves as content creators, but as business owners. And before we dive in on how to create this amount of content, the obvious question that you ask yourself now is, but what about the quality? Well, quantity leads to quality. So watch this. That was January to March last year.
Menina, she's a former professional dancer alongside stars like Britney Spears and Beyoncé, who graced TV screens on America's Got Talent, AGT, and Star Trek Enterprise.
Fucking cringy. Then watch this. That was summer last year. Have you ever wondered how to make $1 million for social media? Just like at the $1 million mark is my gut feeling.
About $100,000 a month.
Meet Lily Adrian. She's now an educator and YouTuber who teaches content creators the latest strategies and trends on social media.
My secret is giving away everything I know for free.
Would you triple the business, triple, so 3x by yourself in the next 12 months, yes or no?
Yeah, why not?
So if you're looking to make money online or become a full-time content creator, she will guide you every step of the way.
I just teach everything I know. Most common feedback I hear from students is just like, I love how clear and concise you broke everything down, and it just felt like a very easy, actionable path and realistic for somebody who has zero experience to get started and start making money as well.
That was just a few months later. So let's take it one level up. The last one was a couple of months later in fall last year. Better thumbnail, as you can see, and better story. So watch this.
Forming a company and putting $4,000 enough for every American to live legally in Europe. You can structure yourself in a way that you're completely tax-free. We are getting 200K a month profit. Why would you go to a tax consultant who knows 99% of one country, but I know 90% of most countries? Of course, you can move to Puerto Rico, for example, but you have to live there for half a year, and that's not attractive for many people. So want to leave because the conditions get worse and worse, and in other countries they're just better.
Have you ever wondered how to finally live a good life with your family without global borders and without paying any taxes? But how to actually do it? Today we have Christoph with us. He has visited 195 countries on the planet, and he is the leading global tax expert for small business owners.
You shouldn't be too dependent on a single country. Even a very good country with good living conditions can turn sour after an election, for example.
Like, which country would I go to, and what would be the steps there to get started?
Well, I always say that I invested in this walnut plantation in Georgia, in a little vineyard in Argentina. Just put 50,000 euros down in a holding company in Liechtenstein. Now already valued 600,000. Doing extreme travel and still scaling a successful business. Now I want to really inspire families that they can go on this lifestyle as well.
Interesting, right? Like a huge difference in less than 12 months. So here's how to ship quality content at scale fast in 2025. First, you want to pick proven content with the content inspiration engine. And this engine helps you to never worry about content again, because it creates an endless inflow of the best performing content on the web. And in this engine, the topics are: how do you repurpose ideas from your feed? How do you generate your own ideas best? How do you identify outliers? And how do you learn from the best, like the masters? Which ads work best and what has really worked best in the past? Then you want to produce quality content with the content production engine. This engine helps you create high quality content, effectively delegate to contractors, and automate yourself a ton, so that you only review scripts and record content 1 or 2 days per month. And the topics are then how to publish quantities of content with the content repurposing engine. This engine helps you to repurpose content across platforms so that one content piece becomes 20 content pieces. And finally, you want to promote your best content with the content promotion engine. And this engine helps you to get it in front of your audience across your channels so that you can build up engagement and trust. And this is key to pre-sell your offers. And our ads convert 40% better since we started promoting our best content. And now it's demo time. So let's double click on the content inspiration engine. And in this market, the best creators are the best curators. So to master the game, you need to create an endless inflow of the best performing content on the web. And that inflow has to be 100% relevant for your brand so that you can produce strong quality content that fits your brand. And we will do 4 demos, 2 easy ones that you can copy and paste right away, and 2 pro demos that require a little bit of a setup, but you can get there. So let's start with how to get ideas, the content idea engine. This is a simple GPT prompt, and for GPTs, context is everything. So you want to brief the GPT. You're a viral content expert. You generate viral content ideas inspired by YouTube videos that hit more than 1 million views. You craft strong hooks, engaging copy and shareable formats, etc. You then replace my mission vision values with your mission vision values. You can see here what it can look like. It creates good context. And then I asked GPT to create a table where on the x-axis you have content formats and on the y-axis you have content pillars. So then you select your content formats. For me, I want to educate my ideal customers. I want to be relatable, and I want to show them over and over again that it works. For me, this is case studies. And then here you insert your content pillars. For me, it's number 1, automate marketing to get negative customer acquisition cost. Number 2, how to sell offers to generate better revenue and cash flow. Number 3, peak independence, building that dream life. And number 4, role models that show you how the masters do it so that you can steal their best tactics. Then you take all of that and put it in your ChatGPT. Look at that table, strong ideas and strong hooks, super relevant for my brand. And this means you finally have an unlimited amount of really good ideas You could use these to create long-form content pieces, YouTube videos, blog articles, newsletters, landing pages, or create a set of short-form pieces out of these. But then the question is, will these really work? And how can you get even more clarity on the content? And this brings us to the next demo. So let's take it to the next level with finding outliers. First, you go to oneof10.com and you sign in. This tool helps you to spot outliers. And then you copy and paste the content idea. And that can be from the table. For example, how I scaled my business as a father of two without missing a single family dinner. And this is the outlier score. So this means that this video performed 33.2 times better than the channel's average of 10K views. So normally the channel has 10K views. This one did 341,000 views. That's crazy, right? It's a clear outlier. Also, the big guys look always for outliers from smaller guys, and then they get inspiration from there for their own ideas. You now got proven video ideas that are highly relevant for your content and that went viral, including the hook content and CTA. It's key to understand that today, all of these videos drive traffic to paid offers in the end somehow. So this brings you clients. So let's take it even another level up. How can you create a video like that? It's important to know that 100% of all successful creators are scripting. It's the foundation for any viral video. So next, you need a banging script before recording your video. So how can you take a viral video and repurpose it to create your own video in your own tone of voice? So let's decide on a video. Let me take one here. What about this one? How to run a $10 million business in 1 hour per week. Super relevant for my ideal customer profile. Let's have a quick look.
What if you could manage your entire business in just 14 seconds from a single spreadsheet? In this video, I'm gonna give you a behind the scenes look at my CEO dashboard.
Perfect. It's also interesting because the growth is still good. There's little to no flattening. And this means he still gets customers from this 24/7. It's a good funnel because the CEO dashboard is likely a value asset that he gives away for free in the end to collect leads that later translate into paying clients. And by the way, YouTube pays him to get leads. Because he has 770,000 views on this video, YouTube pays him with AdSense for uploading this video, which is crazy. So he gets customers from it and he's getting paid by YouTube for it. You take one of the YouTube transcript tools, just take the first one, paste it in, you get the free transcript. Here it is. Then you copy the transcript. And now I use Claude AI copywriters. Check this. I have for every single thing I do, I have copywriters, long form sales pages, short form LinkedIn X. So let's take long form content. Let's put the transcript in and now let's add some instructions. Give me a full YouTube long form script based on the transcript provided so that I can record a viral video on how to run a 7-figure business with a KPI dashboard. So let's wait for it. How I run my 7-figure business with just one simple dashboard in 14 seconds. It gives me the hook. It agitates the problem. It's a ready script. It gives empathy and authority about me. It shows the solution process in a structured, proven process. So number one, keep it stupid simple, track weekly, not daily or monthly. Make it manual. This will shock you. Some curiosities, open loops. The 3 categories that matter. So breaks it down into different metrics. Color grading with traffic lights to see what is working well, what's not. Assign metric owners so that they own their KPIs. That makes total sense. And then set monthly targets before you start so that these owners have a goal that they need to hit. The 14-second check. Then proof results of the system, the impact of it, and then a CTA, like get my free template essentially. And that's how we collect leads, right? You can then copy and paste that into Google Doc and take it to the next level. But first I want to show you like, why is the output so good? It's because of these files here. They give context. What you see is, one, there is a definition of social media long-form copywriter. You're an expert copywriter generating copy for $1 million creators by Matt Bellmann, focusing on potential customers and so on. Description of the task, information about me, writing guidelines, swipe files, existing copy, the thing that I attached, and then it approves it and takes next level iteratively. So let's look into these files. We created for all of these Google Docs. You have the brand brief. These are the about sections, my co-founder and I and the company. You have custom instructions, which is the pop-up that you've just seen for every different type of, let's say, ad or long-form, short-form content. Then you have swipe files. These swipe files are always examples of content, for example, for sales pages or for ads or for LinkedIn posts that we think are spot on and amazing. And then writing guidelines where you give here, Claude, the briefing on how to write your content so that it's in line with what you want. Let's double click on, for example, writing guidelines for sales pages. So first, this is about how to write sales pages, who this is for, then how to craft amazing headlines and sub-headlines with examples, what to do and what not to do, how to do an opening hook with examples, story-based, empathy-based hooks, how to amplify and agitate the problem, again with examples. Then solution presentation, how it works, what the concept is, again with examples and different types. Features and benefits, again explained really well. Social proof, what it is with examples, explained really well. How to break down the offer and create an offer stack in detail so that it feels like a steal. How to add urgency and scarcity so that in the end people know time is limited and there's only limited amount of units available. A guarantee that makes it a no-brainer with risk reversal and examples of these. And then a call to action to finally make the purchase. And again, with examples and everything. Then how to format and make it readable, what to do, what not to do, the tone and voice that it should use. And that's it. And with that briefing, it will create a sales page or before like a YouTube long form content piece, which is just blowing your mind. This script then goes to your content production engine where either you, a copywriter or AI, again, take the quality to the next level. Okay, let's go pro. Here's the content inspiration engine. This is for picking proven content from the masters. So what's the best content of the best creators? Let's go. So in this table, you add the social media handles of the creators that you find most inspiring by channels. For example, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, X, or LinkedIn. Then you put the handle of the creator in here, you hit run now, and it gets you the content of the last 2 years of that creator. And it puts it, if it's, let's say, Instagram Reels, it puts it into this video tab, where then you have it all there listed, sorted, ordered by the highest engaging content piece. So this one here, Dan Martell, of the last 2 years, the highest engaged piece of content that he has ever created, in terms of shares, like, comments, was this one. You see the first frame. You have the asset here. You have the caption, which is what was posted next to the reel. And you have the transcription of what was specifically said in that video. Then you can click the copy to engine button and it will take this specific content piece and put it into the content production engine where you can then repurpose it and rewrite it under your tone of voice. Boom, there it goes. Before I show you that in detail, let's add one here, just like that, you see how it works. So how does it look under the hood and how can you take it even further? So let's do this. We take someone from Instagram. Let's take Tom Billieux, billionaire founder. That's his content, right? I take the handle, Tom Billieux. I put it in here. I click run now. What happens now is there is, see, a make.com automation that is now triggering Apify, which is a crawler for social media content. You see that this one is running right now. And it's getting all the content of this creator. Once Apify is finished, it will put it back into the Airtable. So you will see that a lot of entries will be added here and all of that will be finished. As he posted a lot of content over the last years, let's do some fast tracking here. I just take one of his posts. Let's say I want one that I really liked. Let's take a reel. What is one I got a lot of engagement? This one maybe. Let's say I like this one a lot. I copy this URL. I created a custom Slack channel, which I use for inspiration on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. I hit enter. And now I have this make.com automation that checks for private channel messages in that specific channel every 15 minutes. So let me speed it up by running it immediately. It found it and it again triggered Apify to get this piece of content. This one will finish faster now. So you will see it here in a second coming. And for this specific one, boom, there it comes. It creates a Google Drive where it also puts it straight into my content production engine. So this was now finished. If I go now into my inbox of my content production engine, short form inbox, I will see here Tom Billieux, which is the one that we just had. This was the thumbnail. And then here we have the video. It's still processing, but that's the asset. Cool, right? Let's look back into our Airtable. Tom Billieux was now just added with the information from his profile on what he created, when he created, how many posts he has, how many followers he has. If I go into videos now, what you see is, you see how this page is like reloading all the time? It's because Tom Billieux is being added as we speak. So team is pretty down. Let's have a look. RST Tom Billieux here. There it's coming. Boom, 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 boom. 1507, 1508, 1509, 1510, right? These are the IDs of all the assets that are being added right now as we speak. So we're getting all of that information. See, and you can already, it's hard to read because it's loading right now like crazy. But you can see we have here already a piece with close to 5% engagement, which is crazy, right? So you build your content inspiration engine based on the people that you find most inspiring. Okay, let's let this run for a little bit. You know what? I want to show you one more thing. Actually, now here, yeah. So then when I go to my content production inbox, I have the Tom Bilieu piece that I just copy and pasted on Slack. This is the first frame. Then this here is the video, which is still like processing. And then here I have the document with the copy. So what was the caption essentially? That was put right next to the piece. Let's double check that. If I go to this post, inflation will eat your lunch unless you understand this. And this is the transcription of what specifically he says in that video. And then this goes into a content production engine. So every 15 minutes, the inbox is checked if there's a new item. And then it's put into the content production engine. See, and then it's in here in the inbox. Every 50 minutes is being checked. I will now fast pace it by going into the automation here. Every 15 minutes, this one is checked. I will now fast track it. Boom. It found two, the Tom Bilieu one and the other one, which was the Dan Martell one. It now grabbed it. Did you see that? It grabbed it. And it puts it into the content production engine. So what's the content production engine? The content production engine is in the end a system where you go from idea all the way to post and then to analyzing your posts. So here we have Tom Bilieu, inflation will eat you for lunch, right? And they said, okay, this is really interesting. So I want that as an idea, put it over here. I want to pick the date when like this is going to go live. I say, this is going to be recorded on Wednesday. We publish it on Friday, and for that reason, it has to be due today. And then when I copy it over here, the thumbnail designer, and I can design these through people. So let's say here is a designer, would automatically be attached to this new piece, would get a notification on Slack, then can create a thumbnail. This, of course, can also be an AI designer, right? Doesn't have to be a human. And then, where is it? It's here, Tom Bilieu. And then once that is done, you can go into script. Of course, in the script, you have the original assets, which is exactly the references of the files that we just had. It's all there. Just have to click one little button. And then once the script is finished, which can again be done through AI, Claude AI copywriters, what we've just done, or fully automated, or through a human, you then go into recording. And then I can go and record this piece. And then once it's there, I put it into edit. And then the designer starts to put captions on it, does fast cuts, makes it really, really snappy and punchy, and then can go out on social media. And then it's being posted either automatically through automatic posting, which this system can also do. And then we can analyze the results. So to wrap the inspiration engine up, we picked something inspiring from our feed, we copied into Slack, and then we got that exact piece copied over into the content production engine. We looked for great ideas with the content GPT prompt, which gave us this table of the right content formats and the right content pillars. We looked at outliers using 1of10.com. We grabbed the script there using YouTube transcripts and then repurposed that with Claude AI copywriters to come up with a banging script that we can also record today. And then we looked at the masters, which was the Airtable. We have all the creators there that we think are inspiring by channel with all their content ordered by engagement. And then we can take that and repurpose that into our content production engine. As a bonus, we also looked at Claude AI copywriters. So with that, I hope you now have a lot of conviction how to never struggle ever again on how to get infinite quality content at scale. Next, how can you attract ideal clients using brand faces? Well, you need a banger brand and culture that draws people in. It's not a push, it's a pull. And this can also be a set of personal brands that represent your company brand. We call these brand faces. And with that, we convert traffic 90% better than the competition. Also, we use brand faces in recruiting, and today we get more than 10,000 applications per month. And that's 46 times more and better than what we had before, where we had like 200 applications per month. And as we attract really strong people, we also have set internally unreasonably high standards, which enabled us to build a true performance culture where we only have a team of really strong people. So let's look into brand faces. People buy from people, especially in the era of social media. So you pick people today that attract your ideal customer. So pick someone that is one of them. And this converts so much better than promoting the product itself because there's way more trust, because people buy from people. And brand faces make you, number one, independent of a single personal brand. They boost your success rate because you got several characters in the race. They accelerate your results because one will eventually hit gold. And they drive success in various business domains. Also in hiring top talent. They create engagement as brand faces interact, and engagement is key to stand out, so let them comment on each other's content, right? Then you can repurpose the best performing content. If one brand face finds gold, all others can learn and repurpose from that. And finally, founders can stay faceless if desired. So let's break it down. You can have internal and external brand faces. And let me explain what it means and give you some examples. Here's how we made 50 million with brand faces. Let's start with internal and let's talk marketing and sales. This is Dan. I brought Dan in 2016 and he was a business development hire. His comms was good and people clicked with him. So we took a funnel we knew was working in the market and he became the face of it. It's the webinar funnel and we talk about that in a minute. So every dollar spent on ads made us more than $1 back on the first purchase. So let me explain. I give you $1,000 and you give me $1,200 back, like right away. And commit to pay me another $100 every month thereafter. Would you do it? Yeah, of course. And that's the return on ad spend of 1.2. Let's talk hiring. Your head of HR can also become a brand face to attract your ideal hires. And we get more than 10,000 applications per month, up from just a few hundred per month, which we had 2 years ago. And by the way, this is also how you do employer branding in 2025. In this video, I won't go into detail in how to hire better, but we'll do that in another video. So let's talk about external, UGC, user-generated content. And we tested hundreds of UGC faces and actually works best for us. We get a 30% conversion lift in our ads. So do you want to know how this works? In a few minutes, I will show you an ad on how to attract and convert coaches to buy Passion.io. And this ad is scripted by us, produced by us. And this means we picked a proven ad from someone else. We repurposed it using the exact system that I showed you just before, where Ashley is one element in the machine. And this is very different to how normally UGC is done. Here, I just want to stress that the gold is in your customer base. And your case studies are key. You can, of course, put them on a pricing page. You can put them into Trustpilot and put Trustpilot everywhere, and it's all good. But you can also let them produce amazing content to boost your retention with your customers. We created this Facebook group 5 years ago with all our customers. And 25% of all customers engage daily here. And 70% of all customers engage monthly here. Customers share their successes all the time. Like, for example, this notary helping other notaries, where she rings the bell publicly to motivate others to keep going. To make this work, you need to build a culture that infects customers to engage. And this is also part of the brand faces pillar of Marketing OS. So let's do that in another session. Next, let's talk about funnels. There are 7 different funnels to acquire new clients for free or even at a profit in 2025. We can go through all of them. So let's talk about how we convert new clients using automated funnels. We use 90-minute long webinars that run 24/7, 60 minutes of value, then 30 minutes of pitching and closing. 8% of webinar attendees buy. It's all pre-recorded and fully automated. Let's dive in. So today we focus on the automated webinar funnel. And automated webinars drive 8-figure revenue profitably for us. It's the key funnel that monetizes our paid and organic traffic. So let's dive in on how exactly we're doing it. This is the customer acquisition journey, how people buy Passion.io. Let's only focus on the webinar funnel. It all starts with ads, and here is one of the 4,869 ads from our ad engine that we tested so far. Let's look at it.
No offense, but if you're still coaching in person or going on Zoom calls, then sorry, you'll be stuck trading time for money until the day that you die. There's a new wave of coaches making over $350K a month passively, while others are still stuck trading time for money, doing Zoom calls, chasing clients, or even getting burnt out without any real results. They do this by launching their very own Passion app. And don't worry, you don't have to be a tech wizard, have millions of followers, or even a big budget for this to work. I launched mine in a couple days and I made over $12K in just my first month. So you want to know how to do this? Give me 30 seconds and I'll show you. My name's Ashley and my friend Dan Harvey here became a millionaire in his 20s, not by winning the lottery, but by creating the biggest money-making opportunity for coaches and creators to date. He invested millions of dollars to create Passion.io, the #1 platform for anyone to launch their own custom mobile app. It allows coaches like me to turn my skills into a product I can sell. I can give my audience a world-class experience to learn from anywhere. I can create challenges, track my clients' progress, grow my community, pretty much anything that makes learning fun and addictive. And that's how I'm generating 5 figures every single month, by giving my audience something that converts them into highly engaged customers who sign up time after time. The best part, Dan also made a simple step-by-step system that makes this idiot-proof for any niche. He's given coaches like me a blueprint on how to get 10K a month completely from scratch, no matter how many many followers we have. Since then, thousands of coaches have been getting in on this. It's growing so quickly that Dan was named on the Forbes 30 Under 30, and Passion.io is now one of the fastest growing companies in America. But more importantly, Passion.io is helping thousands of coaches successfully launch their own apps and completely change their lives, mine included. Throughout this week, Dan is running a free training on how you can take advantage of this new opportunity so you can launch your own Passion app with his simple 3-step method. All you have to do is click the link below and secure your spot. You will see a page where you can choose a time that works for you. Just pop in your email address and he'll send you a link to join. In the training, he'll share exactly how he launched a simple coaching app that makes around $20K per month in passive income. When I started this, I just wanted to make a little extra cash each month, but I quickly cracked $10K a month. Right now, coaches are making more money faster and easier than ever before. Click the link now to secure your spot for the free training and see how all of this can work for you.
So this one combined a winning hook, winning content, and a winning CTA. If you want to find winners for yourself, check your past performance or analyze other people's funnels, look for strong hooks on social media in your feed, or use the ad libraries. So let's do that real quick. Facebook has an ad library. You put in the account where you want to see the ads. And then here you see all the ads that are running with the video and to which page this is going. So people then click on learn more and they come to a webinar sign up page. Let's check this real quick.
I think our highest month was 347K.
I think I probably have close to 100 clients.
I've generated over 500K since I started.
The main problem I faced before joining the webinar was monetizing my skills. This is a very simple, very easy to follow, step-by-step approach.
Anyone can get to $10,000 per month. Let me tell you, that was easy. So at Passion, you've got a process. If you follow it, it works. It's literally laid out for you. A lot of people that are entrepreneurs, digital entrepreneurs, they didn't have that. They had to work it out for themselves. You've done the hard work of working out what to do.
Dan, you know that you changed my life. You've changed the course of our business forever. The learnings that I got from working with you will stay with me for the rest of my life. Like, there's no way I'm ever going to not be able to know how to make money now.
People then sign up for the webinar. The webinar is fully automated and runs all the time. It's 90 minutes long, 60 minutes of value, 30 minutes of pitching and closing, 8% of attendees buy. And then once they watch that, they come to a sales page, which looks like this. Here are the price points. It starts between $1,500 and $6,000. This is up to 12 times more than our normal SaaS pricing. And this allows us to not just break even on the first charge, but make profit right away without any payback period. In the SaaS market, that is absolutely exceptional. Making profit on day zero feels amazing. And it also made us the most capital efficient SaaS company in all our investors' portfolio. And fun fact, we became Meta's biggest ad partner on Black Friday with the biggest ad spend over a weekend across all of Europe. And they flew us to Ireland for 2 days to meet in person. So let's talk numbers. With an ad spend of $4 million, we get $5 million back, which is a return on ad spend of 1.2. That's $1 million profit on the first sale. We have 0 payback period. And then the monthly recurring starts, and over a lifetime, we make about 10 million. That's the power of automated webinars. Lastly, I want to talk about irresistible offers, how to impact your clients most effectively with an educational offer that sits on top of your current core offer. Regardless if it's a SaaS, e-com, or service-based business, we sell stacks of offers to front-load cash collection. And that enables us to collect way more cash up front than what we show on our public SaaS pricing page and what the competition charges us. So this leads to instant profit, which is unheard of in the SaaS world. So let's see exactly how we do this. This is the standard offer for my SaaS. A couple of plans, starter to pro, typical SaaS pricing, average order value of this one, $426. But what is this? $1,497? 12 times higher than the standard pricing. This is the offer more than 50% of our customers buy. It's an offer stack. It's an offer stack that includes our software, in particular 12-month access to Passion.io, but also the Expert Unleashed Challenge, which helps our customers to get their first 10 clients, and then expert growth that helps them to make 10K a month then a coach, which is an onboarding call they should do anyways, and a couple of bonuses like access to our community, a sales script, and a t-shirt. Simply speaking, it is a paid course and a community offer that sits on top of our core offer, which in our case is our software. Also, it's the best software tool to implement what they learn in the courses they just bought. And this drives retention. So then the next obvious question is, what is the order value of our offer stack? Here are the price points. It starts with $14.97 for 6 months, $19.97 for 12 months, and $6,000 for lifetime access. But to make it harder, there's also a payment plan with 3 payments of $547 for 6-month access. So drumroll please, the average order value of our offer stack is $1,257. And that is 3 times more on day one than with our standard pricing. That makes our marketing profitable on day one. We don't have any payback period. And this is so crazy for a SaaS compared to what everyone else is doing. So to wrap this up, to grow profitably with social media and AI, it is not bubbly Gen Z girls taking selfie without any structure or plan, doing random posts, scrolling 24/7 without any ROI. It's this. It's attracting ICPs with brand faces, shipping quality content at scale, converting clients automated with webinars, using AI-powered workflows throughout the whole business processes and grow profitably. And to me, the engine changed everything because I just could not grasp how to use social media with AI before. And as I couldn't grasp it, I struggled to commit to it. And now, as it's clear that it is just a system that works, you won't feel held hostage by your business anymore. And this will ultimately enable you to live a free, independent, exciting life with time for yourself, your family, and where you work on the business, not in the business, to ultimately drive value to the people out there. So you learned today how to effectively market in the era of social media and AI, where you find role models, which is milliondollarcreators.club, that you call it business media, not social media, as all your prospects are there, B2C, B2B, it doesn't matter. We spoke about Marketing OS and how the engine will get you more customers at lower acquisition cost. We broke the engine down to its components. You learned how to never run out of content ideas ever again with the content idea prompt engine, with the right tools, 1of10.com, YouTube transcripts, make.com, Airtable, and how to attract your ideal clients with brand faces. And you saw an 8-figure profitable funnel and offer. And you saw how to build Claude AI copywriters to generate quality content in your tone of voice. Most importantly, you realized it's just a system that gives you control to achieve predictable success to master the new era of social media and AI. Thank you so much for your time. Scan the QR code to get the slides with all the links to all the tools to connect with me and to also get a free invite for my deep dive workshops. There will be a short quiz helping me to improve my content. And thank you so much for answering it. So let me hear your questions in the comments, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next video. Thanks.